Peace and blessings, everybody. Anjanae here, and thank you guys for tuning into my YouTube channel. I have a very intermediate slash fast-paced yoga flow in store for you guys. So grab your props should you need them. Any smudges that may call to you. We'll meet right back here on the mat, and let's dive right in. So jumping straight in, because this is a faster paced class, you may notice that I might not have as many cues as I normally do, but I will do my best to go at a very considerate pace. We're going to start today's class in a child's pose. So just coming up onto all fours, walking your knees to the outer edge of your mat, big toes to touch, and we're just going to sink these hips back. Arms are extended out in front of us, and just allowing yourself to peacefully melt onto your mat, bringing your chin, forehead, or third eye towards your mat. Taking a couple of intuitive breaths to yourself. Allowing this posture to help you melt away wherever you were before. Allowing yourself to exist in the here and now. And while we're here in this posture, before we begin building up into our sequence, taking a moment to affirm to yourself that I deserve grace. We are always our biggest critic and our biggest cheerleader, but sometimes the intrusive thoughts that we may have, the words that we think, the shortcomings that we feel like we exhibit, sometimes can get in the way of giving ourselves grace and just allowing ourselves to try something, to be something, and to just do. So during today's class, if you find yourself stumbling, confused, or wanting to give up, just give yourself some grace. Lovingly meet yourself with ease. And tell yourself that you deserve it. You deserve grace. You deserve to be here. You deserve to experience this moment. Sealing that in with an inhale. Exhale it out, and so it is. Bending in the elbows to pick yourself up. We're going to jump right into it, meeting in a tabletop position, so closing down these knees. Wrists are underneath shoulders, knees are underneath hips. We're just going to move into a couple of intuitive cat-cows here to help lubricate our spine. So inhale, greeting your third eye with the sky. Exhale, scooping everything in. Squeeze those glutes, push those shoulder blades farther apart. Inhale, coming into cow. And exhale, returning to cat. One more time, inhale, cow. And exhale, scooping everything in, clench those glutes, coming into cat, chin to chest. Returning back to a neutral tabletop, we're going to untuck these feet, sending your hips back towards the back of the room, meeting in our first down dog. Feel free to pedal out these heels while in this down dog, pushing your chest closer to your thighs, creating an inverted V with your body. Breathing in this posture, inhale. And exhale it out. Walking your hands towards the back of the room, coming into a ragdoll fold here. So a generous bend in your knees, allowing yourself to willingly sway however your body wants you to. Maybe you want to grab onto opposite elbows. Maybe you want to flip your palms upside down. Release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Allow your jaw to be putty. Breathing and swaying here. Our knees should be bent, walking your feet just a little bit closer together as we send these hips further down as we inhale, coming up. One vertebrae at a time, meeting into Tadasana, exhaling, hands into heart center. One more time as we inhale, fanning our arms out to the side. And exhale, Gather your blessings, bringing it into your heart. Affirming to yourself, I deserve to take up space. I deserve to give myself grace. Inhale and exhale it out. Good job. I'm going to shift our hands into midline, placing our hands onto our waist, and I'm going to come right here about midline into the mat. Our shoulders are down and away from our ears, shifting our pressure into this left leg. As we inhale, this right leg will begin to come up, bringing it in line with your hip joint, holding it for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, charging it forward as we place our stance here for a crescent lunge. So we'll inhale as these arms begin to come up. And on your exhale, grounding these shoulders away from your ear, making sure that your knee is over your ankle. And we're going to start to create a cadence here. So as we inhale, we're going to hinge from the hips as if we're about to lean forward, coming into a humble warrior. In this same hinging notion, we're going to start to take our hands directly behind us, coming into airplane arms. And this will be the sequence that we have. Inhale, coming up for crescent, spine is straight. Exhale, hinging from the hips, airplane arms directly behind, squeezing those shoulder blades. Inhale, crescent. And exhale, arms behind. Last one, in listening for the change, inhale, crescent. And on the exhale, pivoting this left leg down, coming into a warrior two here. While in this warrior two, we're going to inhale as we lift this right arm forward. On the exhale, scooping back, left hand goes on the back of that left thigh, coming into a reverse warrior. Breathe. Inhale, returning back to warrior two. And this left hand is going to draw forward, pivoting that left leg back. We're in crescent. Inhale. On the exhale, dropping this left knee down, we're in a high lunge here. Fanning our hands out to the side, placing your hands on midline, walking this right foot in some more should you need to do so, shorten that stance. And we're going to move into a modified camel here. So you can either leave this left foot flexed or place it completely on the ground. To help with extra support so you can reach this left hand back, I suggest placing it directly to where your toes are flexed, or pointed, I think. Alrighty, so this left hand is going to go directly behind us, placing it right on top of that left glute. Our hip is sunk a little bit forward. This might be a little bit of extra pressure on your knees. So if you find that you have some knee discomfort, placing a blanket underneath you will be really great for this posture. And as we inhale, this right arm is going to extend up. And on the exhale, slowly slide this left hand down the pathway behind your glutes and find a stopping point. If it feels good with your left hand on the back of this left thigh, then that's great. If you would like to take it a step further, seeing if you can reach back for that left calf, right arm is extended up, we're leaning a little bit forward, coming into this modified camel. Inhale here, and exhale it out. As we inhale, this right arm is going to come forward on the outside of this right leg. Left arm comes to meet right, and we're picking up this left knee. This left hand stays on the mat. Inhale as we slowly start to peel this right arm open, dragonfly twist. Exhale, winding it down, right hand on the opposite side of this right leg. Right foot comes to meet left, and we're back in our down dog. Pedal out those heels. Now that you kind of have an idea of what our sequence will be, let's try it again. We're going to shift our gaze to the back of the room, walking our hands to the back of the mat, coming into this ragdoll fold. The cues will get shorter and shorter. Inhale, hands on shin to halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Root to rise, coming up one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, hands into heart center. Placing our hands on midline, balancing our pressure into this right leg. We'll inhale as this left leg comes up, holding for 3, 2, 1. Charging it forward, coming into this crescent lunge. Inhale as arms rise. Exhale, hinging from the hips, arms go behind, airplane. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, airplane. Inhale, crescent. Listening for the change. Exhale, pivoting that right heel down, warrior two. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, leaning forward, scooping that left arm up and back, reverse warrior. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, returning back to warrior two. This right arm is going to draw a line forward, meeting us back in crescent. Inhale. Exhale, sinking down this right knee. Bringing hands to midline. Scooping this left leg should you need to do so. Right hand is going to go right on the back of the right glute. Inhale, left arm rises. Exhale, right arm shifts down behind that right glute, coming into a modified camel. Breathe. Inhale. And exhale it out. Left arm cartwheels us down. Right arm comes to meet left. Picking up this right knee. Inhale, left arm up. Extended side angle. Exhale it out. Right arm cartwheels down and left foot meets right. We're back in our down dog. Pedal out those heels. Adding something different, we're going to look at our hands hopping to the top of the mat. Sinking down these hips. Inhale as you draw a half circle with your arms, coming into Utkatasana or chair pose. If you feel like you have too much of a dip in your back, scooping down those hips, creating a very neutral channel. Shoulders are down and away from your ears. Breathe. In and out. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Charging up. Back bend. Inhale. And exhale, hands into heart center. Fanning our arms out to the side once more. Inhale. And exhale, hinging from the hips, coming into a forward fold. Placing our hands on the mat, we're going to cross at the ankles, bending in your knees, coming into a seat. Extending our legs directly in front of us. Removing your flesh from your sitting bones, should you need to do so. Inhale as both arms rise. Exhale, hinging from the hips, coming into a forward fold. Clasping both hands behind that left foot, your next breath will pick up that left leg. We're going to bend in this left knee, placing the sole of your left foot on the inside of this right thigh. Our right hand is going to go on top of this right shin. We're going to inhale as we extend our arms up. And exhale, leaning over towards the right side for a side body stretch. Inviting in a moment of mobility here, we're going to bring this left arm down, shifting our hips forward. Right arm now comes to meet left. Inhale. And exhale, fold. Coming into Janu Sirsasana. Using your fingertips to walk your body back up. We're going to bring this left foot to the mat and right foot to the mat. Knees are facing upright. Feel free to scoot your glutes closer to your heels if you're a little bit short like me. We're going to roll our shoulders back and down, taking your hands and placing them right underneath those kneecaps. Walking your toes back towards your glutes until you feel yourself starting to rock back on that sacrum. We're preparing for a Navasana here, or boat pose. So once you find yourself comfortable with your sway from forward and back, we're just going to play along with this little Navasana here. So inhale, extending one leg up, and exhale, lower it down. Inhale, other leg up, and exhale, lower it down. Inhale, both legs up. Exhale and hold for 3, 2, 1. Crossing at the ankles and lower it down. Give yourself a squeeze. Navasana can be a little bit challenging sometimes. We're going to do this about 2 more times just to work our way up to the full expression of Navasana. Uncrossing those ankles, our hands are right behind those kneecaps. We're walking our toes closer to our glutes until we start to completely rock back. Shoulders are rolled down and away from our ears as we inhale, slowly lifting up both legs this time. And on the exhale, we're going to hold for 3, 2, 1. You got it. And release back down, hug it in. Our last one, uncrossing those legs, using our tiptoes to walk closer to those glutes. Hands are directly behind those kneecaps. Puffing up that chest, inhale as you extend those legs up. And on the exhale, maybe this time you want to try to remove your hands, seeing if you can get to the full expression of Navasana in whatever way that looks like for you, holding for 3, 2, and 1. Hug it in. Perfect. Extending this left leg out to the outer edge of the mat. We're going to bring the sole of this right foot to the inside of that left thigh, removing your flesh from your sitting bones. Left hand goes right on that left shin. Inhale, extending that right arm up and over, coming into a side body stretch here. Closing down this right arm to where we're shifting our hips forward. Inhale here. Exhale and fold, coming into Janu Sirsasana. Using your fingertips to walk your body up. This time we're going to bring the soles of our feet to touch, and I'm going to just twist myself forward so you guys can see me. Our soles of feet are together to touch just at the edge of your feet, so bringing the edge of your feet together. Peace fingers are going to reach for these 2 big toes as we inhale, puffing up this chest. Exhale, bending in the elbows, hinging from the hips, bringing your chest closer to the floor or wherever you are capable of as we come into Baddha Konasana or butterfly pose. Feel free to rock from left to right if it's too much intensity on your inner thighs. Inhale to halfway lift. And exhale, folding deeper. Coming up slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time, closing down those knees. We're going to place our hands directly on the outside of our glutes as we start to engage in some windshield wipers, because that can be a little intense on the inner hips. So inhale, puffing up that chest, gazes forward. Exhale, lowering those knees to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. And exhale to the right. Coming up off those hands, we're going to place our hands on the mat, picking up these knees, returning back to a tabletop position, kind of similar to how we started. Walking our knees to the outer edge of the mat. Big toes are going to once again come to touch, sending our hips to our heels, extending these arms forward as we prepare for our final pose, which is a child's pose for today. We're going to inhale here, and on the exhale, melting yourself down, chin to the mat, third eye to the mat, whatever calls to you. We're going to bend in these elbows, placing each hand on one individual shoulder blade. So left hand on left, right hand on right. Sinking down, stretching those triceps. And breathing. The left arm is going to extend out in front of you. Inhale as we peel this right arm up. And on the exhale, threading it underneath that left armpit, bringing that right shoulder blade to the mat. Your next breath will bring your right wrist to meet your left. Left arm will instantly peel open. Inhale. Exhale, threading it underneath that right armpit, left shoulder blade to the mat. And unthreading that left wrist to meet your right. Once more, inhale. And exhale, sinking deeper. Bending in the elbows to help pick yourself back up. We're going to close down these knees, crossing at the ankles to send our glutes back to the mat. Returning in a seated posture, feel free to scoot towards the middle. We are back in Sukhasana as we close down today's practice, placing the backs of your hands on tops of your knees as we inhale and close today's class with one cleansing breath. So breathing in and exhale it out. Bringing your hands into Anjali Mudra, piercing your heart chakra with your thumbs. Thank you for helping me to plug you back into your peace and sending you infinite blessings and wisdom as you travel into your week. It is my hope that today's intermediate vinyasa was just what you needed to get your body moving. Please feel free to let me know down in the comments if you guys have any specific type of flow that you would like to see. As always, I appreciate you guys for flowing alongside me, and so it is. Namaste. Until next time, guys. Peace.